We walk through life thinking we see the world pretty much as it is. But what if I told you that, for the most part, we're basically blind? In this explainer, we're going to dive into how science has built us incredible new sets of eyes, tools that let us see things that are fundamentally invisible.
And it all kicks off with this fascinating paradox, one this poem just nails. We live in the information age, right? We're drowning in data, but sometimes it can really feel like a cage. We have all this knowledge at our fingertips, but it just makes us hungrier to see beyond the surface, to understand what's really going on underneath.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do we break out of that cage? I mean, if you can't put something under a microscope or point a telescope at it, how do you even prove it's there? How do you make something that's totally invisible real?
Well, the answer, the key that unlocks all these hidden worlds, is an idea that's both elegant and just incredibly powerful. It's the concept of modeling. This is our master key.
And the poem points us right to it. This act of crafting and modeling the unknown, that's the secret sauce. It's how we take some hidden realities, something we can only theorize about, and make it tangible, something we can finally study and understand. It's how we make the invisible our own.
So what exactly is scientific modeling? It's not just about building a little physical model you can put on your desk. It's about creating these abstract representations. They could be mathematical equations or complex computer simulations, or even just conceptual frameworks that act like a real-world system. It's basically our way of drawing a map for a territory we've never seen. And the process itself is just beautiful in its logic. First, you ask a question about something you can't see. Then, you design a model or a tool specifically to go probe that hidden world. And finally, that model pulls back the curtain, revealing what was there all along. So let's put this process to the test.
Okay, let's see this whole thing in action. For our first case study, we're not looking out into space, we're looking inward, right inside our own bodies, where there's a microscopic war going on this very moment.
The poem hints at this invisible battlefield, this place where our own cells are in a constant state of competition. Think about that. It's like evolution happening on a microscopic scale, a silent struggle for survival that shapes our health and really our entire lives. It's an incredible concept, isn't it? Every single moment, trillions of your cells are in this high-stakes competition. The fitter units, as the poem calls them, are the ones that get to survive and reproduce. And understanding this is absolutely crucial for things like cancer research, where we're essentially trying to figure out why some rogue cells are so good at outcompeting and overwhelming the healthy ones.
So how in the world do you watch a war you can't see? Well, you build models. We use genetic sequencing to, in effect, read the battle plans. We tag cells with fluorescent markers so we can actually watch them move in real time. We even run these massive computer simulations to predict their next move. These are our eyes on the battlefield.
Okay, so from the world of a single cell, let's zoom out to maybe the most complex object in the entire known universe, the human brain. And it turns out it has its own hidden world of logistics and energy that we're only just beginning to map out.
Your brain is an absolute energy hog. I mean, it's only about 2% of your body weight, but it uses 20% of your energy. The poem points to a key piece of this puzzle, a mysterious shuttle system that keeps the whole operation running. But what is it, really?
Just think about the logistics of it. How does this incredibly demanding organ get exactly the right fuel to exactly the right place at exactly the right time to power everything from your breathing to your most abstract thoughts? The complexity is just staggering.
So, the old model was simple. Blood delivers sugar directly to the neurons. Done. But new, more sophisticated models of the brain's metabolism revealed something way more elegant. We now know there's a lactate shuttle system. In this model, support cells actually convert the sugar into a high-octane fuel called lactate, and then they shuttle it directly to the neurons that are working the hardest. It's like a personalized catering service for your brain, and we could only have discovered it through modeling.
All right, so from the world of the cell and the brain, let's take a truly mind-bending leap. We're heading into the world of physics, to a timescale so short it's almost impossible for our brains to even comprehend.
The poem talks about dividing time into pulses of femtoseconds. Now, this isn't just poetry. This is the absolute frontier of physics. It's about being able to interact with matter on a timescale that's faster than its own natural processes, to literally watch a chemical bond form or break.
This is the ultimate observation challenge. Chemical reactions, the very foundation of our world, happen unbelievably fast. To see them, you don't just need a microscope, you need a camera with a shutter speed so fast it can capture the dance of the atoms themselves.
And this is where the solution is just brilliant. The model, the tool, is an ultra-fast laser. By firing these unimaginably short pulses of light, scientists can basically create a strobe light for the atomic world. This lets them illuminate a reaction, take a snapshot, and even influence the outcome. The implications for creating new medicines or designing hyper-efficient materials are just huge.
This is 1 femtosecond. To put that into perspective for you, there are more femtoseconds in 1 single second than there are seconds in 31 million years. This is the timescale we have taught ourselves to see.
So after all that, where does this leave us? We've been talking about some amazing specific discoveries, but the real story here is about something much bigger. It's about the expansion of human perception itself.
Think about the journey we just took. We've gone from the silent war between ourselves to the intricate energy grid of our brains, and all the way to the impossibly fast dance of atoms. And for every single one of those hidden worlds, we had to invent a completely new set of eyes.
And this, right here, is the key takeaway. These discoveries aren't just isolated pieces of trivia. They represent something fundamental about us as a species, a relentless creative drive to model, to craft, and to reveal. We are, at our core, explorers of the invisible.
By crafting these ingenious models, we've consistently made the impossible possible, which really makes you wonder, what currently unseeable reality are we about to bring into the light next?